Nigeria is the largest producer of cassava in the world, producing approximately 59.5 million metric tons in 2017. However, the country's import bill on starch, a major derivative of cassava, is estimated at $45 million annually. Now, to know more about this and understand what's driving it, let's talk to one of the research analysts with financial derivatives company, Fumi Adebowale. Hi, Fumi. Good afternoon. Thank you for coming through to us.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me.
So despite being the largest producer of cassava, what are the challenges facing cassava producers here in the country, and how can they overcome these challenges?
Nigeria is the world's largest producer of cassava with an estimated production of 59.5 million metric tons in 2017, which represents about 20% of global production. Meanwhile, it is expected, we have to emphasize that cassava are not usually consumed in their raw form. They are processed into commodities such as starch and gari. Cassava starch is a highly sought-after commodity in Nigeria by both consumers and manufacturers. It is mostly consumed in the southern parts of the country in states such as Delta states, and it's also used as an input in the textile and pharmaceutical industry. But it is what we've seen in the last couple of years is that the industrial demand of this commodity is still being met through imports, which has resulted in an import bill of about $45 million. This is attributed to challenges such as the pests and diseases. We also have inadequate processing facilities, and this is due to the high capital-intensive nature of these facilities. So most farmers cannot afford these facilities, and this has resulted in high post-harvest losses. So it is important that the government put in policies that are business-friendly in order to attract investors into the processing value chain, in order to increase the processing form of this commodity and also reduce the import bill on starch.
Gari is probably the most popular commodity gotten from this cassava in the Nigerian market. Now, its price has declined by 9.5% in the last 3 months. Is this trend due to seasonality or a fundamental shift in the aggregate supply curve?
Yes, another byproduct of cassava is gari, which is a common staple in Nigeria. In the last 3 months, we've seen the price of this commodity decline by about 9.5%. And this is due to seasonal factors. During the dry season, we see the price of gari increase due to scarcity. So what we've seen in the last 3 months is that there has been an outward shift in the aggregate demand curve of gari, and this has helped to drive down its price since the last 3 months.
Ondo State is set to commence the processing of cassava into ethanol. How big of a deal is this? Is it likely to transform the cassava value chain?
Yes, apart from gari and starch being a byproduct of cassava, we've also seen that we can extract ethanol from cassava. Currently, Nigeria imports about 400 million liters of ethanol, and this is because it serves as an ingredient in the beverage products as well as cosmetic products. So with this, we see that Nigeria spends about 160 billion naira on importing ethanol. So with the commencement of these plants in Ondo State, transforming cassava to ethanol, so we expect the import bill on ethanol to decline by approximately 5%. While this might seem marginal, if production is sustained, we expect the impact of this to be felt in the medium and long term.
All right, Fumi, thank you very much for your time. I'm sure you're going on Easter holiday from tomorrow. Anyway, enjoy your Easter holiday. Thank you for your time.